Hello and welcome to Rick's Picks. We are about to enter here another Shadows over Innistrad draft. Let's see what we open here. Hopefully something juicy and expensive. Alright, so here's our pack one. And we have some interesting options here. As far as blue goes, there's an Epiphany at the Drownyard, which is a nice card. I mean, it's not quite Fact or Fiction, obviously, but the fact that it scales with X is actually pretty good, and it's very good in a format where Delirium is the same. But I think if I'm going to take a blue card here, it's going to be the Aberrant Researcher, which I think is just better. Of course, it's not better than Delver in Constructed, but I'm pretty sure it is better in Limited. But that said, blue is probably my least favorite color as of right now, even though I still like it. So what I'm looking to take here is a Mad Prophet. I think it's better than a Geist Blast. Geist Blast is a bit too expensive for two damage. It's a fine card, but Mad Prophet is very important in Madness based decks, allowing you to never run out of steam and discard cards, which is pretty much what you want to be doing. All right, for pick two here, we also have a nice red card in the form of Breakneck Rider. It's not a vampire, but it's excellent in aggressive decks as a 3/3 for 3 mana that turns into a monstrosity that pumps your attackers and gives them trample. Other than that, we have the Gibbering Fiend, we have the Reduced to Ashes, Tormenting Voice. All of those are fine cards. I'd be happy with any of them tabling, and also a Stormkirk Mentor, which is nice in a vampire heavy deck. Which having first pick this is what I'm trying to build here, right? Since vampires are the madness, right? But yeah, right now I'm gonna take a werewolf. All right, here we got one of the best common vampires, a Volduran Duelist. If you watched my last draft, you'll know that this can just win the game out of nowhere for you by excluding a blocker and adding another attacker. Since it has haste, so it really messes up with the math of your opponents. Aside from that, we have a vampire here, which is fine, but not terribly exciting. We have a Gatstaff Arsonist, which is one of my favorite common red werewolves. It can be pretty hard to stop in the late game once it transforms. But yeah, here I think the Duelist is an obvious pick. Alright, here we have another of my favorite commons, the Thraben Inspector. But I'm not that fond of red-white. I mean, I've seen some successful red-white decks, but none of them were mine. I never, managed to do that. Luckily, we do have a removal spell here that I am going to take. Other than that, there's the land, which is obviously nice, especially if we're going, the werewolf trail again. There's a Firehound, which is also nice, depending on the deck you have. That's pretty much it. This is an okay card, a quite good card for decks like mine, like the one I'm trying to make, Madness decks. But yeah, I think the removal spell here should be an obvious pick. Alright, here, that's interesting. We don't have anything that we really want to take here when it comes to red or black cards. Also no white cards. I think the best card in this spec by a fair amount is the Just the Wind. And blue does have a lot of madness cards. I mean, not a lot of madness cards, but it does have a few enablers and a few nice madness cards. One of the best commons for blue when it comes to madness is this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up red blue, which is a deck that I haven't built before. Okay, here I actually got two options. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of black cards, so I could just go ahead and take the courier, which is a pretty nice card. But I'm thinking, I'm being more ambitious here. I want to take the choke estuary because this will make it easier for me if I end up vampires to splash this thing. So yeah, I think it's worth a shot, especially since this card is nice, but not a game winner by any means. So I guess I could just go ahead and do that. All right, I'm happy we did because the best card here for me is the Murderous Compulsion. There's a white card that I really like in this format, Griff's Moon, in the aggressive white decks that I like to make sometimes. Other than that, we have a Magnifying Glass, which is nice in my opinion, but not really in the deck we're trying to make here. There's a Landscape, which we could take if we want to splash into blue or black. Who knows, right? Who knows what our second color will be at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna take the black card here. Right. Here we're not getting a lot of vampires, but I'm fine taking this werewolf here. This guy is quite good in the right situation, but the problem is that with this deck, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hit Delirium that often. I mean, probably are, right? We'll have ways to discard stuff from our hand. But the thing is, it's a 4 mana card in a color that I'm not sure if I'm playing, and this is a 3 mana card. Even though I think the Stallion in a vacuum is the more powerful card, I'm okay taking the Convicted Killer there. Right. Here we have a couple of options. We could take the Senseless Rage, or we could take the True Faith Sensor. I am honestly not sure whether I'll play any of them, but since I'm trying to make a Madness deck here, I could just go ahead and take this thing. Seems fine. Right. What does this do again? Investigate, sacrifice. Yeah, not really what I'm looking for here. This is an okay-ish card, I guess. This is fine too. I think this is probably better than this guy. Not sure though. I mean, just allow me to activate Madness, even though I'll have to have mana beyond the 5 mana in its mana cost to be able to take advantage of it. Right, here we get a Madness card, which is fine. Even though I'm not that happy with our deck right now, I'm willing to take that, see where we go. Another Madness Enabler, so yeah, it may be blue-red here. Alright, take the black card. Let's see what Pack 2 gives us. Hopefully a powerful rare to push us one way or the other. Alright, so here we are, and yeah, like, there's not much in this pack, unfortunately. There's a Ghost Steed, which is okay, and as far as red and blue cards go, there isn't really anything that I want to take here. The rare is not very good. I mean, it does have constructed applications, but it's not the best in this format, especially with loads of creatures that give you a benefit for dying. Meaning that if you allow your opponent to choose which creature he sacrifices, he probably will sacrifice one of those, or something like a token, and you won't get much value out of this card. I mean, it's an okay card. If he makes it back, I'll take it and play it. But I think that Ghost City is probably my best bet here, especially since it does have a discard trigger. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it. Okay, well, decision time here now. We could take a Kindly Stranger, which is truly a great card. We could take an Olivia's Bloodthorn if we want to be the aggressive Vampire deck. which I'm not convinced we do. There's the Insolent Neonate too, which is a great card. Card that I initially underrated, but it's so good. The fact that it allows you to activate Madness at instant speed without paying anything for it and draw a card is just over the top, I think. But I think I'm gonna take a Kindly Stranger. I really do like the Bloodthorn, but the way this deck is looking right now, I'm not terribly aggressive. I don't think. I mean, I could take it and play it with the Senseless Rage, which is good. Senseless Rage is also nice on a Neonate, but I think I'm gonna have enough discard effects that the Kindly Stranger is going to be a very important card for me. Right. Here we could take this thing, but I'm leaning more towards playing black here, and we have a perfectly good black card here to get the Pale Rider. Great with Madness, even though it's not a vampire. So yeah, that's what I'm going to take. Only to get promptly past two blue rares, but I'm not gonna play this thing because even if I do play blue, it's gonna be as a second color, and this only really shines if you're playing blue as a first color. So what I'm gonna take here is probably the Vampire Noble, which is not a great card, but it's a vampire. Let me get those things out of here. Could take this too, even though it's not a vampire and it has one less toughness. It is an artifact creature, meaning that it helps me get to Delirium faster. But I'm not sure I need it. I would rather just go ahead and get a vampire here and see what happens. Alright, now the Duelist, definitely taking it. Another card that I like is the Murder's Axe. Not just the win, but I'm not looking for that right now, so let me take the Duelist. Alright, now we're talking. We get two pretty cool Madness Vampire cards here. One of them is this guy, and the other is this guy. I like the twins better, I think, than the Blood Mad Vampire, even though the Blood Mad Vampire is a fine card. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the creepy twins. Tormenting Voice is perfectly acceptable, I would say. Right. Well, right here we have a choice to make. We could take a Throttle, which is a removal spell, and we kind of need those, I believe. But I think I'm gonna take a Skeleton Key. Skeleton Key is actually pretty nice. It allows you to randomly, make a guy unblockable, and allows you to draw into cards and discard cards afterwards. Which is, everything I want to be doing in a Madness deck. Even though my deck is not that heavy uh, in Madness cards so far, but still think it's worth taking it. And it is an artifact which I could eventually discard for something like a Tormenting Voice. Here we got nothing, so we're just gonna go ahead and take the best card in the pack, which I think is the Emissary of the Sleepless. I still think I might end up playing the Just the Win, depending on how my deck turns out. If I'm low on removal spells, playing off a Choke Estuary. I mean, two Choke Estuaries, right? Yeah, that could happen, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Sanitarium Skeleton. It's a fine card for decks that want to be discarded, a lot. Sorry, Choke Estuary. Think the skeleton is the way to go. Although I probably will get it. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna take the estuary. I think I can get another skeleton, and it's a nice card, but it's not that important. I don't think. Let's take this thing, which is probably the best here against us. Right. Take the rare, just because. Here we could take this thing again, but I think this could come in handy out of the sideboard against some decks that you tend to face in this format. Alright, so we have one more booster pack to make things great here. It's not looking that great right now, but I have hopes. And, I guess we got here at least a very good removal spell, and it's one that helps with Delirium too, because it's an enchantment, and it's an enchantment that will likely go to the graveyard, so that helps. The rare here is the Traverse the Overmold, which is not great. Not sure what I want to table here. I guess maybe the Merciless Resolve, but I don't think. Maybe the Biting Rain, which I won't play in the main deck, but I could, side it in against some decks. But yeah, that weight is definitely a nice one to take here. Even though it's not an expensive rare, I'm happy about it because it makes my deck more likely to get far here in this draft. Right, here sadly we don't have a lot to play here. What I think I could get here is either the this vampire, but I'm kind of low in vampire interactions. So I think maybe it's just better for me to take the Stitchwing Scab, just so if I splash into blue, I can play that thing. It's a nice card in discard decks, obviously, because it's nice when you discard it, and it's obviously a madness outlet too. I think I'm gonna take the Vampire though. It's a good fit with the Skeleton Key, allows it to hit and have me draw and discard, but I'm not extremely happy about it. Just as I'm not extremely happy about this pick here, because there's nothing that I really want here. So I'm just gonna take the Stallion. Uh, this deck is not going the way I wanted it to go, I don't think so. But oh well, let's take the Stallion and see what happens here. Another removal spell which we could take. Look at those white cards, man. Love playing with these. But yeah, let's take another Madness guy there. Alright, the Neonate is a card that I'm really glad to see here. Other than that, we have the Skeleton, and that's pretty much it for our deck. This is amazing, by the way. Sort of wish I was in white blue now, I think, because I'm getting lots and lots of white cards here out of this pack. Not that I'm taking any of them, but okay. Again, we don't have a lot here. We could take the Scarecrow in order to help us get to to Delirium and fix our mana, and maybe this way we can splash for blue. Not sure though. Maybe we splash for this thing, but that seems so bad. Don't think I really want another Stallion. And this is not, the best card you can have in an aggressive deck, but I think it's kind of what we have to take here. Alright, here we got, almost literally nothing for us. That's this thing, which is a rare. What else? Do I take one of the blue cards here? I'm not sure. I guess I could splash for blue pretty freely here. Could take this thing maybe? I'm not sure. Not this guy though. I don't have a lot of clues in my deck. Yeah, let's take this thing. See what happens. Right. Another blue card that we could, splash here, especially if we are beaten down. Uh, we don't have any zombies, I don't think, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's one zombie in our deck. But either way, we could splash for this, so let's take it. See what happens. Merciless Resolve should be an okay card, I think. Yeah, well, this is not going the way I wanted it to go. So I'm not really excited about this. By the way, let's take the pick the brain here. Another merciless resolve that we are not going to play probably. The problem with our deck here right now is that we have no bonds. We do have some, cool uncommons that can help us win the game, but the deck is very underwhelming as of right now. I guess not a lot of insane cards came through to me, so I can hope that my opponents don't have decks that are that good either. But I guess we shall see. All right, I don't want to take the mountain. Thank you very much. Right, so I guess this is the deck that we are going to play. It's definitely not good, and it has some cards that I would rather not be playing, such as the Scarecrow. But I guess it is an artifact creature that can help me get to Delirium to activate cards such as this one. And thing is, do I play with any islands at all? I'm not sure. Probably not because I do have two choked estuaries. But an island, I could go get an island with this guy, right? Even so, let's see what Joe says here. I think I'm okay doing this. Like, just doing this just a value card that is there because I don't have anything better to put on my deck. And because it's pretty free, thanks to the estuaries. And I guess one good thing about this deck is that it can get rid of cards that you cannot play easily, fairly easily with cards such as the Neonate, the Mad Prophet, and the Tormenting Voice. So I guess we shall see how we do here. Let's hope we do better than I am expecting us to. But oh well. See you round one.